Hey folks, I'm HPCrazy and today I'm going to talk about easy blues motif. What is this all about? But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, wrote me a review on Google Maps, HPCrazy Guitar Academy, or join me on Telegram. So what is it about today? It's about how to develop a motif in blues the really easy way, and this is more or less how it probably can sound. So we start with the easy motif. In this case it's a blues motif, rhythm motif. Now we carry it further. And so on. I'm gonna play a version of my own at the end of this video that you can get inspired, but we're gonna start now. And to make this lesson really efficient, we're gonna focus just on one thing here, and this one. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2. This is there's a syncope. We have a note on 1 and the other one on 2, and that's the most used rhythm motif in blues or in any kind of groovy music, I must say. The 1 and 2 and the better you know that, the better feeling you have for that, the more you can start to improvise. So the first lesson would be 1, 2, 3, just with one note somewhere, maybe here on the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2. Also count. When you count loud, it really makes you more conscious what you're doing. The more conscious you do things, the better you can play them. When you go back to intuitive playing or just feeling out of your guts, then all you learned consciously works really great. So really figure out this. I mean, it's a simple exercise, but if you haven't done it till now, probably have to do it again. So 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2. Also with the foot, that's why I'm still on wide view. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3. Also try with the whole body. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2. Also try to start to make music with it. Just don't play it as an exercise. And then with any track, or this track, A and D, 5th fret, 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. See, that works really great. And you can start to move around on the fretboard just using this figure. Now we're going to close it and see what I'm doing on the fretboard. But before you get deeper into variations of that, you need to have this thing going on. 1 and 2 and is really a very important rhythm figure, and I cannot highlight it more than I already did, how important it is, because it's really, it comes like in 80% of music. It's always there, and the better you know it, the better for you and the better for your audience. Okay guys, now this backing track is just a bass on A and D, 1 bar A, 1 bar D. So you can start with, as I did before, just with the A and the D here, 5th third, 5th third, so 1, 2 and 3. As I already said, try to make music, not just play like. And it's also important, one is short, one is long. This contrast makes it that they makes the magic out of this. Also opposite. Oops. It was the same rhythm figure, but I just changed. The first one was short, the second was long, or opposite. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. I prefer the first short, the second long. Or you can switch between both. It's really simple. And now let's do it with chords. A7, 5th fret, 6th fret, and D7, 5th fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. Let's try the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And probably you notice it's interesting, even you're playing the same rhythm figure, the way you switch the short and the long one, it sounds totally different. Even if you're playing the same rhythm figure. So, now let's put it more wild. Instead of playing the chord, we play a little figure here. 5th fret, 7th fret here. We're in the A minor pentatonics, and yeah, see, and the cool thing, if you do like that, your soloing or your playing sounds compact and sounds that you know what you're doing, and that's what we want. It's not that you're repeating the same thing. That's why it's called a motif. You keep a motif going on. As a one variation, make short, the first short, the second long, or the first long, the second short. What you also can do is make a rhythm variation. If you get deeper into this one here, we make the first one again, let's do short long, and the second one we start on 1 and instead of 2 of 1. So it will be 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's a very common technique. You have 2-bar motifs by where the second bar is some kind of related to the first bar, but L is a little bit different. In this case, it's the 1 and instead of the 1. So I'm going to play the same thing now with the 2 chords and the variation with 1 and instead of 1. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. Or you can also play with soloing. Let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it really works and gives a really cool vibe. And this way you can really start to create variations and cool stuff. Of course, you cannot always play motifs because then it's too simple. Now, if you add any kind of lick in between and come back to the motif, which you did, then you're going to sound really cool. I'm going to show you what I mean. Which lick shall I do? I will find out while I play. 1, 2, 3, 4. this case, I started the phrase, I made an entry phrase to get to where I wanted. That was... That started on 3, so 1 triplet of the 3. Let's just 1, 2. Well, let's. That starts on 3 ends. So 1, 2, 3. Well, these are triplets. Well, let's make it simpler. Like starts on 3. 1, 2, 3 on 4, and so this is the entry phrase here, 3 and 4, and then is the motif. 1, 2. So the entry phrase to where we want to go makes it more interesting. And see how you keep the main motif going on. That's the main magic behind it. I added some little things more, but I kept the 1 and 2 end thing going on all the time. And that's what you need to focus on. And that's part of today's lesson. It's not the licks which I already also played, but it's to keep the main motif going on. What you also can do is just delete one note. That's the last example. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you didn't play the whole motif, just part of it, but it's still in your head. The motif goes on. It's always going on, and in your head you spin around the main motif, and you can keep anything going on. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Here how it always comes. And so on. Yeah, folks, it's like making a driver's license. First you need to learn how to shift gears. If you cannot shift gears, you cannot do the little things like accelerate in a curve or accelerate, I don't know, all these special little gimmicks you work around the whole thing. So this is the basic technique. Learn the 1 and 2 end thing as good as you can, and then start to work around it. And the better you have it in your system, and the more you can work creative around it. When you're really starting with this kind of technique, you really need to count, as I showed at the beginning. Learn to count first 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and so 1, 2, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So the end is the off, and the number is the beat. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about this. And it's just the 1 and 2 end. It's in any kind of groovy music, you find it non-stop, the 1 and 2 end. Of course, there are also other rhythm figures, but that's one of the main figures which always shows up. What more to say about here? If you want to download the tabs and the backing track for this lesson, it's available in HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Join there, make the premium membership upgrade, and support my channel and my Guitar Academy, and become a part of our community. We're having fun there. We enjoy guitar playing and music. There's also other music there, but it's really a small community building up there, so cool. Yeah, what more I can say? That's basically it. Join me on Facebook and Instagram. Telegram, I'm really a fan of Telegram. If you have Telegram, HPCrazy, I'm on Telegram. It's really cool there. There's additional content there which is not available on the other channels, because I really go for Telegram. I really love that tool, and I'm not so fond of Instagram and Facebook anymore, I must say, honestly. Yeah, good. That's it. So I'm going to play a little example for you, just freely without going too much into. And me and drpink are signing off.